Hello, my name is Peter and I'm here at Clarity and Sound Lighting Vision Limited with Cloud, and today we're looking at the Cloud 46120 integrated mixer amplifier. Cloud produced four versions of this integrated mixer amplifier. We have the 46120, the 46120T with integral 100 volt or 70 volt line transformers, and both versions are available with an optional media player. There are four separate amplifiers in this device. The 46120 has four 120 watt amplifiers produced at 4 ohms. The T version has either 120 watts at 100 volts or at 70 volts. This enables you to have separate sources at separate volumes playable in each zone. The flexibility of this product lends itself perfectly to sports centres, bars, clubs and gyms. Let's have a look at the front panel. Far left hand side we have a power switch. Left hand side we have one section for each zone. In each zone section we have a music volume control, we have a music source control, and we have an independent volume control for each microphone. So the controls on the front here allow us to select a music level for this particular zone, the music source. So we have either a CD player or background music or whatever we want. The two dials underneath allow us to mix in two independent microphones into the same zone. So for example, one could be a fire alarm system or it could be a paging system into the area, and the second one could be, for example, in a restaurant, it could be a microphone calling diners to their tables. And if we look closely here, for each zone we have a music EQ control, which we can block off with the screw-on panel once it's been set. So if we look at the back panel of the device, we have a pair of RCA inputs for each line input. These are labelled left and right, but the first thing this box does when the audio signal goes in is it sums it into a mono signal. Each line has a little pot underneath for a gain control, and that's set between -10 and +10 decibels. This enables us to connect up to 6 independent music sources. Line 6 also has selectable priority in Zone 1 with a choice of release times. This means that you could connect a jukebox or automatic message announcer, and when that device plays, the other devices get muted temporarily. So next on the back we've got the microphone inputs. We have an input for microphone 1 and input for microphone 2. These are both balanced microphone inputs, but we can connect an unbalanced microphone by shorting across two of the pins together. We have a gain control and a low frequency and a high frequency EQ for each microphone. Microphone number 1 also has paging access contact closures as well. This allows you to send microphone 1 to either zone 1, 2, 3 or 4 or any combination of the above by shorting between the 0 volt and the relevant pin. Instead of using the contact closures on here, the mic priority can also be triggered via Vox. Microphone 1 input can also be configured as a telephone system interface, allowing you to page to your speakers directly from your telephone system. To the right hand side of the microphones, we have our music control ports. We've got Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3 and Zone 4. We can connect an independent RL1 or an RSL6 to each zone, which allows us remote, level and source selection. Under each connection, we have two buttons, one labelled source and one labelled level. This enables us to choose on a per zone basis whether we want the level or the source to be controlled from the connection panel or from the front of the device. We also have two RCA outputs, one for zone 1 and one for zone 2. These are a line level auxiliary output which enables us to connect larger amplifiers to the system to expand zone 1 and zone 2. These are also affected by the front panel or the remote control volumes and source levels. Underneath the auxiliary outs, we have a standard cloud facility port. We'll come back onto this a bit later. On the other side of the cooling fan, we have some more connections. This here is a music on hold and utility port. A common application would be to drive loudspeakers using additional power amplifiers in the secondary area such as corridors, lobbies or toilets where there is no need to make frequent alterations to the music source or volume level. Next to these connections we have two little pots, one for mic 1 level and one for music level. This enables us to choose the level for the utility output and the music on hold system. Beside the control panel connections, we have a connection here for music mute. This enables us to connect it into a fire alarm system, so in the case of a fire or an emergency, the music becomes muted but the microphones still remain unmuted. This allows us to still communicate with our venue using the microphones in an emergency situation. Next up, we have the speaker outputs here. There are two terminals per zone, one for positive, one for negative, or if you're using the 100 volt or 70 volt versions, one will be 0 volts and one will be your desired voltage. On each of our outputs we have a selectable high pass filter. So when we're using it in 100 volt or 70 volt modes, we want to select the high pass filter to help reduce excessive noise. Cloud also supply optional EQ cards for each zone. The last connection we have on the back is the remote power down connection. If we short across these two pins, the device goes instantly into a powered off mode. The short circuit must be applied to maintain its off state. When the short circuit is removed, the device will instantly power back up. As well as this being the main power input, there is also an adjustable automatic power down feature which is adjustable by jumpers inside the device. Don't worry, we're not ignoring this last section here. This is for a Cloud CDI46 digital interface panel. The optional CDI46 interface card fits in here, connects into the device on the inside, and gives us an RS-232 connection, Ethernet connectivity, and ability to plug in a digital paging microphone. So in summary, the Cloud 46120 is a 4-zone, 6 audio input, 2 microphone input, 120 watt per zone mixer amplifier. It has a host of functionalities which can be increased by adding the CDI46 expansion card. If you would like any more information on this product, then please go to www.clarityslv.com and click on the Contact Us section.